if he makes that shot, we're praising Vogel for not calling a timeout and throwing things off.
That's
I don't think the timeout makes or breaks you there.
That's true.
I think my biggest issue was just their general approach this entire game. It's frustrating to watch.
Hank McCoy.
Can I say something about the basketball game, the end of it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is what it drives me nuts, but it also makes me wonder psychologically where this basketball team is, where the coaching staff is, where the level of worry, what's the word I'm looking for? The
urgency,
panic and urgency, where the level is. Because this is a God honest truth. So they're down 1 with the ball with about 27, about a 3 second differential on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're fighting for your playoff life and you're worried about seeding, and you're worried that you can't leave this building with a loss, right? You would think that down 1, you try to get a bucket and do it quick, so that if you miss, you can play the foul game because it's only a 1-point game and you have a timeout.
Yeah,
So again, if you take a quick shot, you can get offensive rebound. If you take a quick shot and you don't get the rebound, you can foul. They can hit 2 free throws. It's still a 1-possession game with a timeout. The fact that they ran the damn clock down and took the clock down, this is what it screamed to me. That old, we're on the road, we're going for the win. That's what it screamed to me. And that's not right. To me, that's all on Frank. That's a bad approach. But it also gives me a little bit of insight into how nervous they are about where they are. Because that didn't look like a nervous team. That looked like a team that had the best record in basketball. This is what the team with best record in basketball does. We got the number 1 seed. We getting the hell out of San Antonio, win or lose. We're not going to overtime. We don't want to waste no more. That's how they played this. And so this is the psychological part that bugs me out. We're over here all stressed out thinking the world is over. That team didn't look stressed out or like the world was over with 27 seconds. No. And they didn't play that in that way. And so this is why I say, are they really as worried as we think they are? Like, are they really looking at the standings like we are and saying we had to get this game? That sure damn didn't feel like it.
Okay, I have a question about that.
Sure. Yeah.
Does that make you feel better or worse?
You want me to?
All of the above. Yes, but all of you guys.
For me, it makes me feel better because it tells me they don't have the anxieties that everybody else does.
Okay. So because they're still feeling confident.
They're still feeling confident. But for me, I'm upset because I think that's the wrong approach.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to look at it, because you could totally spin it as like they're confident that they can win any game because they need to just execute on one possession. It's a good quality to have as a team. But from where I'm sitting, it's more like their general approach to the game, a game like this that they couldn't afford to lose. That's like, well, we can come out and half-ass the first quarter, and we got 3 more quarters to turn it around. We've done it before. This is a bad Spurs team. They don't have Wemby. We'll turn it on when we need to. And like I've been saying, they don't have the continuity or the familiarity or the reps together to be a switch-flipping team like that. They're not the Miami Heat when their big 3 could flip the switch. They're not Steph Curry and the Warriors in their prime that in the third quarter they flip that switch. They don't have that familiarity with each other. This is a team that needs to execute and be locked in to get to where they want to go, to make up for the continuity disadvantage they're going to have against whatever team they face in the playoffs. And they don't approach it that way. They approach it as a team that's already accomplished something. Like you said, they approach it like a team that's already locked up the number 1. They approach it like the 2022 PHNX Suns that won 64 games and were like, yes, we know that we can beat a team when it's clutch time, when it's our time to execute. And they're not that team. They haven't shown us that they can be that team consistently. So it's worrisome. The last possession to me, I felt like KD got a good look. And then Book, he kind of had to force it on the ensuing offensive rebound, but it was still a decent look. That's not my problem. My problem, why what?
Why not take the time? Because you're saying they're confident, and I get that, but the smart
you mean
team
after the offensive rebound?
The smart team takes the timeout because
I don't know about that, because a lot of times if you get an offensive rebound,
You got
a lot
somebody
of times
rotating,
it's
yeah.
a broken play and
Broken
you get a
play.
decent look. Like, it didn't evolve that way, obviously, and Book missed the shot, but if he makes that shot, we're praising Vogel for not calling a
not
timeout
calling a
and throwing
timeout.
things off.
That's
Like,
correct.
I don't think the timeout makes or breaks you there.
That's true.
I think my biggest issue was just their general approach this entire game. It's frustrating to watch.